Hey, thank you so much for watching, listening. I'm stoked to get some time with you. And of course, I want you to subscribe because we have amazing content here. At the minimum, you get to laugh a little bit with the jokes at the end. You kind of think, what? Those jokes are pretty poor. At the same time, there is some kind of entertainment value. But we're starting a new series, and I'm really excited about this series because I call this the Opportunity Launching Pads. And you're like, what does that mean? Well, I think about launching pads, and I went, I don't know, a long time ago, I went to Florida and looked at the launching pads for rockets down with NASA and all that stuff. And these launching pads, were huge. It just kind of blew my mind how big they were and how sturdy and strong they were, so that the rockets could blow down into all that fire and everything when the explosion, and they would give them a firm foundation to push off into going to outer space. And it's really astounding to think about launching pads, because I don't always think we appreciate what it means to have a launching pad. A launching pad is a solid piece, but it also gets a lot of fire and pushback, if you will. So when I think about launching pads, I would propose to you that there are things in our lives that are launching pads. You're like, what does that mean? What things in my life could be launching pads? And I bring this to your attention because I think all of us have various launching pads, things that are firm, solid, but also get a whole lot of pushback and a whole lot of heat and fire and hardship pushed down on that space. And that can be a lot of different things. That can be a diagnosis from a doctor, can be a launching pad, the starting place, right, for something good, for something miraculous. A launching pad could be the place where you need, there's a deficiency of wisdom, a deficiency of finances. And I think a lot of times the things that we struggle with, be that health, be that finances, be that emotional issues, relationship challenges, struggles on the inside, decisions that we have to make. A lot of times we look at those difficulties, and I don't know about you, but I don't really like them. I don't like difficulties. I like life to be smooth sailing, smoothie groovy. I don't like struggles and deficiencies and hardship. I don't like them. I think you're probably like me as well. But I was really asking God, talking with God about some of these things. And I felt like God said to me, Sarah, you're looking at this hardship, this flat place that has all kinds of heat and pressure and push and struggle. You're looking at that as a negative. But if you see it, Sarah, from my point of view, this is what I felt God said, you'll see it more so as a launching pad. It's a place where you can have a firm foundation that's built and solid, but it's also the place where you can launch into something supernatural and miraculous. And I bring that to your attention, and I want to give you an example today. And this is a great example, and it says in James 1 verse 5, if anybody lacks wisdom, he should ask God. And so God, who gives him liberally and over the top. And I want to propose to you that sometimes the launching pads one launching pad is this place of what I call ignorance. I don't know the answer. I don't know the direction. I don't know the solution. I don't know how to do this. And I think you might have said that. I know I've said it a million times to one, right? I don't know how. I don't know, I've got teenage kids, then the kind of things that I'm struggling with on the inside, wrestling with. I don't know how. I don't know how to do this. I don't know how to be gracious in this situation. I don't know the right answer for that problem. I have an abundance of ignorance. And I'm bringing that to your attention because I think you could probably relate to some situations and areas in your life where you feel ignorant. I don't know what to do. I'm at a loss. But I bring this to your attention because James 1:5 says, if you lack wisdom, that's the launching pad. Ask God, and he will give it to you abundantly. That's the springboard, the launching pad for God to do something supernatural, to step into that place and do what God does. And so an example of this is in 2 Chronicles 20, verse 12. And the context for this is there's a king in Judah. His name is Jehoshaphat. Like, what kind of name is Jehoshaphat? Right. I mean, seriously, that's a tricky name. But he's a king, and there's a massive army, a collection of kings, foreign countries, that have assembled against Jehoshaphat. And he's got this little tiny army compared to this monstrosity of an enemy. And in 2 Chronicles 20, verse 12, Jehoshaphat has gone into the temple, and he's talking with God. And I love what he says here. He says to God, and he's pouring out his heart. I'm stressed out. I don't know what to do. This is such a massive enemy. I don't know which direction to take. Like, I am way out of my league. I'm out of my depth. It's really like way over my head. And I bring it to your attention because I think all of us have these areas in our life where we're way out of our depth. But this is what Jehoshaphat said to God. I don't know what to do, but my eyes are on you. And I would propose to you that when you have these areas, experiences, and I don't know what to do, I'm struggling. I'm over my head. I'm way out of my comfort zone, out of my depth. I don't know. I've never been, and I can't read enough books. I don't know what to do, but my eyes are on you. And that's exactly what Jehoshaphat said. And God stepped into that deficiency, the absence of wisdom, into Jehoshaphat's ignorance. I don't know how to do this. And that was a launching pad. It was a launching pad because he said, I don't know what to do. I have this hardship. I'm under tremendous pressure and intensity, a fiery struggle. And I'm backed in a corner. But my eyes are on you. And the launching pad, instead of it just being an adversity and something that's going to consume you, overwhelm you, and you'll get lost in it, it became, because he looked to God, it became his launching pad for something very supernatural. God stepped into this adversity and hardship and turned it around. And Jehoshaphat and the nation of Judah walked away from that potential massive, massive battle loss. And God completely redeemed it and brought victory to Jehoshaphat. But the launching pad was the place where he said, I don't know what to do, but my eyes are on you. And so in this series, we're going to be looking at various launching pads. And I use this one as an example. Your ignorance, you're kind of at your wit's end. I don't know. And maybe you've even said, I don't know what to do. And then you have to have, but my eyes are on you. Because that is where everything turns from being like negative and consuming and overwhelming, and you feel like you're just going to get crushed under the weight of everything. But my eyes are on you, God. And that becomes the place where God says, let's launch this into something very supernatural, that I can step in and do something way beyond your natural abilities, your natural thinking, and the deficiency of your wisdom. Ask God. If you lack wisdom, ask God, and he will give it to you abundantly. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you for subscribing, of course. Thank you for listening. Make sure you hit the notification bell right there because it'll give you content when we post content, new updates when we do stuff, and it'll really be encouraging to you. And so I want to ask you to answer this question. What would be an area in your life where you lack wisdom? Just answer that question for me. Where do you lack wisdom? It might be in a job situation, or maybe you're taking a class at school and you're like, way over. Where do you lack wisdom? Just answer that real quick, and then kind of have some fun thinking about what that looks like and how God could turn that into something very, very wonderful. And I know you're very excited for this fantastic joke, which I would say tongue in cheek, right? What do you call a short mother? What do you call a short mother? You call her a mini-mum. Mini-mum. I know, right? Next week is going to be really good. I mean, you'll love the joke. So thanks for watching.